What's going on, guys? Luke here again. Let's bring you another crypto video. Come on, let's do this. Right, so today I'm going to be talking about Neo. Just here, number 13. Now, many of you have probably looked into what some of them are because you're looking to get involved, but you know, there's aspects of certain cryptocurrencies which you just would not see at the beginning, and the more that you learn about the market and what each thing is, you start to get a real good complex knowledge of stuff. So you can go ahead and trade Neo on Binance, buy and sell as you would anything else, and you would go along nicely. You wouldn't know any different. Maybe you make some money, maybe you're buying now, because really Neo is so cheap. The $28 is so cheap. Its all-time high was $200, $197, I believe. It was over here somewhere, or over here. 100, yeah, between 170 and $200 it's been at its all-time high, and it's now at $28. And yes, the market is so low right now. You can see, the markets have been doing pretty awful. But if you believe in the cryptocurrency world and these projects, and over time, just by more things sort of being put or created, or whatever, on the blockchain and on all these different platforms, the price should just, even if it's just a little bit, should just gently ease up in the right direction, because the more that you have on these sort of systems, the more value it generates, or it's worth, the more value that the Neo blockchain would essentially give you. So I'm going to explain quickly what Neo is, because many of you probably don't know what it is, and you just get lost with all these different names. So Neo is, they call it the Chinese Ethereum. Now, I'll just show you where Ethereum is. Ethereum's here, number 2. Basically, Ethereum is like a smart contract platform where you can build applications. So, an easy way of thinking about it: if you want to create an app for a mobile device, you'd have to put it on, and you'd have to basically run it through Android, or you'd have to do it through iOS. Like, you'd have to build it on that platform so that it can be used through those. That's the sort of building blocks. You have to almost piggyback on top of that and build. And Ethereum and Neo both do that for for cryptocurrencies. So they have their own sort of smart contract blockchain. It's more like the basic software that you would then go on top to build whatever you're trying to accomplish. So Ethereum was the first sort of like one to be around. That was a smart contract sort of network. That's why it's number 2, and it's seen as the go-to place. But there are others. There are many others, and Neo is what I would call number 2. And it's underrated, I would say, because it's not seen as the go-to one. There's still great projects, like for example, Ontology is on the Neo blockchain. So I'll quickly just go to their website. It's neo.org if you wanted to look. You can read into it what it is, but basically, yeah. So if you want to create, your own sort of coin or token, you can use the Neo blockchain to facilitate your goals to create that. I won't go into the technicals too much. I'm just going to explain to you why Neo is not just good for what it is and what it's doing and what it's bringing to the world, but you could also create some passive income from Neo. And it's only something I've recently been looking into, because I've been looking into a lot of passive cryptocurrency sort of soft systems and softwares or whatever, just to see more for long term. But let me just get you straight into what I'm going to talk about. So if you hold Neo, now I'm going to just show you here. This is my wallet, Neo wallet. I've literally just picked up Ledger Nano S, so it's just I'm just sort of getting to grips with it and using these. So this is the Neon wallet, and here I've got 43 Neo. And this is how much gas I've got. Now you're thinking, what's that? What's gas? So I've just talked about what Neo is, and obviously I could trade this on Binance, buy and sell. You know, the price of Neo at the moment is really, really low. And you know, if we go here, if we go on, what's the best way to do this? If we just go, let's see if we can figure it out. No, doesn't matter. But this is a great price to be buying in. And basically, what happens if you buy Neo and you put it on a wallet, so we say. So this is now, and I'm sitting it. I'm just letting it sit. You actually can claim gas. So gas is also here. It has its own ranking. That's its value. And what gas is the currency on the Neo blockchain. So the easiest way to say is that if you want to use the Neo blockchain, you have to use gas as the payment method or the transaction currency. So so it's almost got its own currency. It's the easiest way to think. If you want to enter the world of Neo, you've got to be using gas, and that also then increases the price of gas. So again, gas is at $9.12, and it's been at $97 for the same thing. You can see up here, it was, well, it says 85, but it's been at 97 all-time high. And what you can do is it's called stake your gas. Stake your Neo and then receive gas. It's like a dividend. Because you are holding Neo, and in theory you're supporting the value, so more that cryptocurrency is bought and sold, the more fluctuation in the price. So if you keep and hold your Neo, it's obviously stabilizing the market a little bit, which is then stabilizing the sort of ecosystem of Neo. So they're rewarding you with some gas, and it's in a way it's passive income, because the more Neo you hold, the more gas you'll receive, and as the market grows, Neo grows, gas will also grow. So think about it. In 10 years' time, if there are another 1,000 projects on the Neo platform, then that means more gas is being used, because all extra 1,000 sort of projects need to be holding and using gas to go through the ecosystem of Neo, which is going to increase the demand for gas, and then that will raise the price of Neo. So they both sort of complement each other. So by holding Neo, you will get free gas. And if you want to sort of see how much this is, you can just go to a Neo to gas calculator and find out. So as an example, we're just going to use it on what I've got. So I've got 43 Neo. So how many Neo? So 43. Click the calculate button. Let it do its thing. And we can see here that I'm going to be receiving, give or take, 4.15 gas per year. And you might think that's not much. If you want to look at the US dollar value, about $40 a year for free. So my Neo will always stay the same. I won't lose any of my Neo, but I'll be gaining gas, and I'll be gaining $40, or you actually be gaining obviously this, and the dollar value is only attributed to the current gas value as of today. So the gas value is $9.13, it says. But if gas was 10x this, so 10 times this, back to its all-time high, that's even if it happens in 3 to 5 years. So yes, you're investing now, but many investments are 3 to 5 years, and that's just normal for everything. So if you're not looking to even that far, then probably not worth getting involved. But let's say that it just touches back at that same price, $97. Well, you're still receiving the same amount of gas every year. I'll still be getting 4.15 gas a year. But now one gas is worth $97, let's say, or $50 or whatever. So you're actually then getting more. So if it goes back, say that it was just within a year, it's back to all-time high. I now have 4.15 gas. Okay, so a year goes. I don't buy any more Neo. This is exactly how I do it. Just grab the calculator. We're going to have 4.1. That's to say 4.15 gas. and now it just goes back to it. Now this time next year, it's at its all-time high again. Okay, that's just say. We're going to times that by $97. We now have received $402 over the year. So yes, at the current rate, you're only getting this as a dividend. A lot of people would be like, "Well, that's nothing. I'm not going to do that." But I've been buying in around sort of now up to $40. So the price of my Neo, is relatively low. But if gas goes back up, then Neo goes back up. So your Neo investment is going up because you hold a Neo, but then you're also receiving gas, and then that investment's going up. And then what you could do is, okay, so this time next year, gas is at its all-time high. I have $402. Neo, let's just say it's at $100 by then, or even $200. Let's just say Neo is at $200. Well, I can sell all of that gas and buy another 2 Neo, which is then in turn going to give me more return in gas, which you can then keep compounding. So every year, let's just say for example, every year you can sell that gas and buy more Neo, and you can keep rinse and repeating. And the more Neo that you obviously collect, so as of this, Neo's at about $30 and you're receiving 37, so you can get 1.5 Neo. Let's just say you can get 1.5 Neo. Yeah, 1.5 Neo every year. Well, think about in 20 years, if you just keep that, and even if, for example, you're buying 1 Neo a month, so you're spending $30–40 a month, and you're building up this. So my Neo, this time next year is 100. Well, okay, let's just say it's now 100. We're just gonna refresh this. There we go. So I have 100. Well, now I'm getting 9.67 gas a year. Well, 9.67 gas a year at its all-time high is now $1,000. So you can see where I'm going with this. Now I'm trying out a few different passive income cryptocurrencies. I'm trying drop pill, DEX. So you have, it trades in their own cryptocurrency, which is a drop. But it's a very similar thing. I'm just going to keep rinse and repeating while it's low, buying in at the low, and looking to hold for 1 to 3 to 5 years. And if the cryptocurrency market slowly goes up over the next 5 years, everything I've just explained in this video will be 10, 20, 30x. So instead of just getting, $88, you're getting $880, or you're getting $1,500 a year. Now that starts to make sense, because my Neo at the moment, obviously I'm buying it only at $28 or $30. But then within a few years, or within 5 years, the more projects that go onto Neo will raise the price, which will then raise the gas price. And before you know it, you can be making a very nice passive income just by holding Neo. And you don't have to do anything. And then you can keep, if you really want, you can keep selling your gas and buy more Neo to then create more gas, or you can then sell that gas for extra bit of pocket money. But because you've built up your Neo over time at a low value, when the cryptocurrency market increases over the next 3 to 5 years, that's when you'll really see a noticeable gain. And you got to that's the difference between people who are looking at the market now, short term, maybe new to the market. You just wouldn't really understand or really go into that much depth to understand what I've just explained. But once you look into it, it's now when you have to act, rather than the people who are scared and maybe think, oh my, it's so low, I can't do this. I'm buying as much as I can at the moment because I can see the true reality of what it will be. That's the difference between people who are successful and not. It's the people who are doing rather than the what ifs. And I'm not just doing Neo to gas. I'm doing about 5 different things similar to this within the cryptocurrency markets in the world, cryptocurrency world. So hopefully that within 3 to 5 years, even if 1 or 2 don't actually sort of reap what I'm expecting, I'm spreading my risk across a handful, and even if just 1 does well or 2 do well and 1 does bad and then 2 do okay, you still make nice returns. So hopefully this is a a decent video to sort of really get you understanding not just what these cryptocurrencies are, but how you can leverage them to create a sort of future passive income. And I will be bringing more videos similar to this. If you haven't already checked out my drop pill video, it's the one just before this. This is very similar. It's a similar principle, just using something else. And again, with the drop pill, I'm buying these drops at a low price. If the market goes up, my investments goes up, even if I don't make any profit on that investment, because the coins or the tokens are going up themselves. And as it's really low at the moment, yes, it can go down more, but if you look at the market as a whole, it's more likely to go up over the long term than it is to go down over the long term. This is not financial advice at all. This is just my sort of knowledge over the researching the markets over the last sort of year and watching and really soaking up everything that this has to offer over the future. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Smash the thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.